Hi Year 3, Mr. Nup here. I'm going to introduce for you this week's home learning. So in maths this week, we'd like you to focus on doubling and halving. So I've put a link on there for you to have a go at, and we'd like you to start with doubling numbers all the way up to 50. So that could be any number all the way to 50. Could start with the number 10. So if I wanted to double 10, I might have 10 add 10, or 10 times 2. That would be 20. Once you feel confident, moving on and having a go at multiples all the way up to the number 100. Once you had a go at that, you can move on to halving. So halving numbers from 50. So if I had 50 and I wanted to halve it, I could share it into 2. So 50 divided by 2 would give me 25 and 25. Once you feel confident with that, move on and have a little look at halving numbers all the way up to 100. I've also put some problem solving on there for you this week. So this week's problem is called sealed solution, and you have 5 envelopes with a number wrote on each. So you have the number 7, 8, 13, 14 and 3. And it's your job to try and make these numbers using 2 single digit numbers. Now it's important that you remember you can only use each number once. You are given the numbers 0 all the way up to 9. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can only use those numbers once to make our numbers on the envelopes. So my example was, how can I make the number 8 using 2 of those numbers? I could do 7 add 1 equals 8. So have a play around with that, see what you can come up with. Remember, using only each number once. English this week is a setting description, and it's focusing on a laboratory, and you're going to be introduced to a character called Professor Plum, and there is a picture of Professor Plum there. So I'm just going to read a little bit about him to you. It says, Professor Plum has been locked away in his laboratory for days now, barely even stopping to eat or drink. He rested his left arm on the dusty pile of books scattered across his desk, and with his right hand he gently flicked the conical flask in front of him. The red and orange liquid inside coughed and spluttered as a heat from the Bunsen burner excited it from below. Professor Plum wiped his weary eyes. Only the excitement of finally finishing the potion kept him awake. Just a few more hours, then it would be ready. So what I'd like you to do for your English this week is to use your senses to describe Professor Plum's laboratory. So we've got to be creative here. We've got to think about what we can taste, smell, see, hear and touch. So the example I've put on there for you is about sight and what you can see. It says, on top of the table, I could see large transparent containers filled with sparkly orange liquid. Now you might have noticed the focus this week is expanded noun phrases. You have been doing a fantastic job at using these with your trolls, your monster and your captions of your photos. So I'd like you to have a go at that again this week. Remember, expanded noun phrase is adjective, comma, adjective, noun. So I've put 2 on there for you. We've got large is our first adjective, comma, transparent is the second adjective, and container would be my noun. Once you've had a go at writing your description using all of your senses, I'd like you to have a go at the challenge of creating your own magical potion. So thinking about the ingredients, what's it going to look like? Can you draw it for us? Can you label it for us? And does it have any special powers when you use it? Moving on this week, I'd like you to also have a go at some spellings. So I'm focusing this week on homophones. Remember, homophones are words that sound the same, but they're spelt differently and they mean different things. This could be pear and pear. So we could have a pear, which is a piece of fruit that we eat, or a pair of socks that we put on our feet. So here is my example. It's a little homophone booklet that you can create at home. Now to do this, you need an A4 piece of paper. Now landscape, I'm going to fold both ends into the middle until they meet, and then I can draw my pictures down the sides. So you need to choose 2 words from your list. So there is a table on here for you to have a go at using some different ones, or you can use similar ones to what I've done. So my first one is 8 and 8. So you can see I've drawn the number 8 and a picture of somebody who's ate their dinner. And then inside you can have a go at writing some sentences. So I ate my dinner, or down here we have I planted some flowers. You can draw some flower. Ball and ball, so crying, or a football. Now remember, there's lots on that table, so have a go at some other ones if you want to as well. Science this week, I've also linked into your magic potion. So there's a short video for you to watch, and it's all about the behaviour of particles. And I want you to think about how particles change from when they're a solid to a liquid to a gas. And the video will help introduce this to you more. And then you can have a go at drawing those different particles as they change state. You can also think about how your potion might change state when it's heated up too. Is your potion a solid, a liquid or a gas? And then finally for you today, I have some PE. Now the PE that I've got for you is some dance, and it's dancing with Oti, who is from Strictly Come Dancing. Now the video that I've put on there for you to have a go at, you don't just have to try that one. There is lots of them on there. You've got the Lion King if you want to have a Lion King dance. There was Harry Potter if you want to have a go at Harry Potter dance. Just making sure we're staying nice and active too. And then finally, I just wanted to remind you about the storyteller competition, because we've been having lots of fantastic entries in of children reading just a passage or a chapter from a book or even a whole book, and they're doing it with loud, clear voices using lots of expression with the chance of being displayed on our YouTube channel. So have a go at that, record yourself reading a little bit of a book or the whole book if you want to, and send it in for the chance to be showed on our YouTube channel. Now I just also wanted to remind you about Times Table Rockstars, because we've had a massive improvement this week. However, Year 4 are still doing fantastic. So we need to make sure we're logging in and having a go at those games. Okay, your teachers have set your times tables for you. Let's see how many you can do. Let's see how many you can get right, and let's see if you can earn yourself one of our certificates, because there are 6 of them being emailed out by your teachers. Now remember, if you're doing all of this fantastic learning, we want to see it, so sending it into the Year 3 email. That's year3parents@eastparkacademy.com. Okay, that's all for now. See you soon.